Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Scarlett and I am known as the Solar Scribe. My main guides are Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel, and my Ascended Master main guide at the minute is Lord Kutumi. And I wanted to start to make some videos around the Ascended Masters and bring some messages in from them, you know, kind of to help people, really bearing in mind what's happening on the planet at the minute. A little bit of background information about me. I am a Blu-ray Starseed First Waver. And anybody who doesn't know what that is, as these videos go on, I'll explain a bit more about that, and you can ask questions underneath, obviously, if you want to. I also work with Ascended Masters, Archangels, Elementals, basically anybody that wants to work with me, really. In terms of my galactic heritage, I have a very strong affinity with the Andromedans, who, when I've looked at other channels, there isn't that much information out there about the Andromedans. I also work with Pleiadians and the Syrians. I was in the Orion Wars. I've been around quite a long time and experienced quite a lot of different either earth bodies or galactic or angelic. So I've been asked to pass on these messages. If I'm honest, it's not my favourite thing to do in terms of coming onto YouTube. I made some videos last year about the dragons and different things, and they weren't that well received, and they didn't get the message didn't really get out there, you know, as much as I would have liked. And I think that's possibly because there seems to be certain waves of consciousness and energy whereby people tap into something and then it kind of reverberates and other people start to look at it. And I know the dragons are really popular at the minute, but you know, 2 years ago people weren't talking very much about the dragons. So I'm kind of very far in front, really, as to what energies I'm working with. But as I say, the Ascended Masters have asked me to do this. I'm going to do it, and then just obviously post your comments below. I'm linking a PayPal donation link if you want to donate anything to, you know, sort of keep this channel going. I wasn't keen on doing YouTube because I know all about the monetizing and demonetizing. There seems to be a lot of controversy at the minute about it. But in light of the explosive New Year start with the Australian fires, and then we have the Brexit, and then we have the Trump, all the energy around that, and it's a lot for people to cope with. Starseeds, you know, elementals, anybody that's working on this planet at the minute are feeling this very, very strong compression. And I want to bring in some practical messages. I want to bring in some hopeful, inspirational messages. And also, the Ascended Masters want you to understand that from a higher perspective, these things are here to allow us to grow and learn and achieve, you know, and some of us have requested to be here at this time to help with things, and obviously that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to get on, and I did choose 3 cards and then started recording this and then realised it wasn't recording. So I'm doing it again. I realise it's a Chromebook and the picture probably isn't very good, or the sound either. So what I am going to do is experiment with different things. It might be my phone, it could be my laptop, until I get it right. I am a student at the minute, so I don't have very much money, and that isn't to tell you that so that you can all start donating. That isn't what that's about. It's just about working with what we've got. The Ascended Masters have told me, work with what you've got, do it now, build on it, and things will get easier. So that's what I'm doing. I just want to say about the word ascended. I don't particularly like it. I don't particularly use it, but people do resonate when we say Ascended Masters. They know who they are. The Ascended Masters equally, they don't, if we call them Lord or Lady, whatever, it's not an issue with them. They don't recognise it as being a hierarchy or higher than or better than. So anything that I say in terms of Lord or Lady or you know, they are just energy. But as a human being, our experiences are that we like visuals of somebody to see, and we also like names. So obviously, so Kutumi's my solar scribe guide, and we'll begin. So the 3 cards I chose were Lady Quan Yin, Lady Venus, and Horus. I hope you can see those 4, and I think you can. These are the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light deck. These are my go-to. I use these every day because I communicate with the Ascended Masters every day. And I love these because they're very visual, they're very colourful, and particularly the eyes on some of them. You will get, if you meditate with these, you will get keys and codes coming through to help you. And Horus is going to talk about that in a minute. Okay, so Khatumi is not going to give a message today. He's just here to support me with the energy. And I'm going to start with Lady Quan Yin. And what she wants to say is she's calling for care and compassion in these very difficult times we're in at the minute. And she's saying that sometimes we forget that there are people struggling because we get lost in our own struggle. And that's understandable. We're human beings. That's what we do. It's kind of, you know, if you get up in the morning and you've got problems, or you need to go to work and you're late, you know, you can't pay money into the bank, or you haven't got enough money to pay your bills, how are you going to feed your family? She recognises all of those things. And what she's saying is every tiny thing, little thing that we do helps. So if we can, you know, help somebody carry their shopping, or help somebody across the road, or, you know, donate maybe a couple of pounds to a homeless person so they can get something to drink or something to eat. Not about money, not about giving material things, and maybe just giving up a bit of time to help somebody else kind of takes away from our own situations, really. And that energy expands and it makes people feel better through the heart. She really wants to say that she's spreading the energy of calm as much as she can. Things are very unstable. We've got the Brexit, we've got, you know, the fires and everything, and Trump obviously. But what she is saying is it's like a domino effect. When one person does something from the heart for somebody else, it's a domino effect. And maybe that other person will then go away and think twice about, oh, well, maybe I can help somebody. And before you know it, you've got 15, 20 people in a day helping each other for the tiniest thing. But that leads to a crescendo of one domino falls and then all the other ones start to follow. So that's what she wanted to say today. Lady Venus is a beautiful soul. She is, if you look at her eyes, she gives keys and codes through her eyes. If anybody's got these cards, you want to meditate on that one. And she wants to talk about communication today. And what she wants to say is we need to be communicating effectively as to what we want and what we require. Because in this very, very intense energy, miscommunication is rife. It's miscommunication through the media, through the politicians, through family and friends. Over Christmas, you may have had, you know, you may have had an experience where things didn't go as planned. She's saying we need to really, really be communicating, a bit like the energy of Mercury, really. If you can't tell somebody how you're feeling, write it down and give it to them on paper. Then there is no miscommunication, it's the written word. If you're able to speak to somebody from the heart, as Lady Quan Yin is saying, from the heart, and tell them how you're feeling, what you want, what you don't want, then she's saying that we can build a network then of truth and what is your truth, because everybody's truth is different. But what she is saying is that we're not mind readers. As human beings, we have the capacity for telepathy, but we don't really use it. Because a lot of us, it's inactive within our capabilities as yet. So what she is saying is that if you're expecting somebody to read your mind and pick up on very subtle nuances of what you're saying or what you're feeling, it's not going to happen. The energies are very, very high. Please try and be more vocal, as in not unkind, but just stating what it is you want and what you want from the other person and what can they give you and what can you give them. It's that reciprocal giving and receiving energy. Okay. And then we're coming to Horus, the cosmic gateway, and we have the eclipse on the 10th, which is a massive, massive energy. It is probably going to kick around from about the 8th to the 12th or the 13th. And Horus is saying really the same thing. Communicate what you want effectively. Use this energy. Use the energy that's coming through. Feel into it. What do you want? We are more in control of these energies than people think we are. We are in control of them. When they hit us, as in come into our energy field, we can say, I'm going to use this energy to do A, B and C. Or I'm going to use this energy to manifest A, B and C. Whatever it is that you want, clearly communicate with this energy from the heart effectively. So all these three are working together to bring this energy forward. Anything else Horus wants to say? Winged messengers. Look out for the winged messengers. So if you're seeing birds around a lot, I know I saw on YouTube the other day, on the newsfeed the other day, something like 1 million starlings had taken off all at once in an area in the southwest of England. That is the Horus energy. That's the cosmic gateway. Also Mercury, if Mercury's around, that's Lady Venus communicating as well. And sorry, I'm just waiting to see if anything else is coming through. No, I think that's about it. Okay, so I hope this has been useful for you. I will be doing more of these videos. I'm not necessarily going to be doing them daily. I am a galactic, so I tend not to do tarot cards and things. I do have tarot cards, I can do readings, but I feel strongly that this is more what's needed from my energy at the minute and from my throat chakra and communication energy for this to reach the people that it needs to reach. And so I'll be, as I say, posting more when I can do. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye.